ladies, how are you?
I'm Kirsten, how are you? Well, actually I haven't been very well. I've had terrible back pain.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Have you been to the doctors?
Yes, I've seen an orthopaedic surgeon who said that it's arthritis, but he said I don't need any surgery and I've got to live with the pain.
Did you get a second opinion?
I did, and he talked about me having some treatment and using a self-management plan.
That's brilliant news, Anne, don't you think?
It's good news, but I really don't understand what the self-management plan's all about.
To be honest, Anne, I've been suffering with back pain, and I mean Claire went to self-management, and we learned so many different techniques, which I found really helpful, and I use them every day.
Really? Ooh, could you tell me about them?
Well, pain that continues for 3 months or more and that does not respond to regular treatment is called chronic pain.
I didn't know that.
This type of pain can make you feel frustrated and it never goes away. It does stop you doing almost everything.
I suffer just like that.
The thing is, Anne, people with chronic pain like me and you have problems with their family and work colleagues too. I just think it's a lack of understanding about chronic pain.
I get so frustrated in the situation when I'm in a lot of pain.
Look, Anne, you can get free Wi-Fi in this cafe. I've got my iPad with me. Shall I show you something really interesting on it?
That'd be really useful.
Know that pain is 100% of the time produced by the brain. This includes all pain, no matter how it feels, sharp, dull, strong or mild, and no matter how long you have had it. You might have had it for a few weeks or months. This is called acute pain and is common with tissue damage, say from a back injury or an ankle sprain. And generally, you will be encouraged to stay active and gradually get back to all of your normal things, including work. Or you might have had it for 3 months or more, and this pain is generally called persistent or chronic, because in this type of pain, tissue damage is not the main issue. What is less clear is that when you are told you have chronic pain, is knowing what is best to do about it. In the UK, chronic pain is a very big problem. In fact, 1 in 5 people have it. Having a brain that keeps on producing pain even after the body tissue is restored and out of danger is no fun. Some people say that it feels like they must have something wrong, but that's just it. Once anything dangerous is ruled out, health professionals can explain that most things in the body are healed, as well as they can be by 3 to 6 months. So ongoing pain being produced by the brain is less about structural changes in the body and more about the sensitivity of the nervous system. In other words, it is more complex. So try to figure out what is going on. You need to retrain the brain and nervous system. To do this, it is helpful to look at all the things that affect the nervous system that may be contributing to your individual pain experience. What can help is to look at persistent pain from a broad perspective, and by using a structured approach and a plan, it is less likely that anything important will be missed. Let's start with medical side. Firstly, taking medication can help, but only to a limited extent. It is the more active approaches that are necessary to retrain the brain. So using medication to get going is okay, and then mostly they can be tapered and then ceased. Some people also think that surgery might be the answer, but when it comes to a problem like chronic pain, surgery may not be. So if you are thinking of surgery, it is best to get a second opinion and remember to consider all of the things. Next, it is helpful to consider how your thoughts and emotions are affecting your nervous system. Pain really impacts on people's lives, and this can have a big effect on your mood and stress levels. All of those thoughts and beliefs are brain impulses too, but you can learn ways to reduce stress and wind down the nervous system. This helps with emotional well-being and can reduce pain as well. The third area to consider is the role of diet and lifestyle. It turns out that modern lifestyle may not be so good for us. In fact, what we eat, and how we live might not be so good for us. In fact, looking at all of these things like smoking, nutrition, alcohol and activity levels and seeing if there is any issues is a good beginning, and these things can go on your plan. Then there is often enormous value in exploring the deeper meaning of pain and the surrounding personal story. By stepping back and looking at all of these things that are happening around the time the pain developed. Many people with pain can make useful links between a worrying period of life and a worsening pain picture. For many, recognising deeper emotions can be part of the healing process. Last but by no means least, it is physical activity and function. From the brain's perspective, getting moving at comfortable levels without fear and where the brain does not protect by pain is best, and you will gradually restore your body tissues. So to sum up, pain, it comes from the brain and it can be retrained, and when looked at from a whole personal broad perspective gives you a lot of opportunities to begin. So get a helping hand if you need it, set a goal and begin. 70% of those people are over 60 years old.
So tell me, Claire, why do I need to manage my pain? I thought the doctors would have done that with medication.
The NHS will help you with your pain, but you have to do part of it on your own as well.
That's true, so what can I do then?
Well, me and Claire got involved in self-management and it really helped us.
Really? So how do I go about that?
You can manage your pain. Would you like me to share them with you, Anne?
Oh, that'd be really interesting.
All, Anne, it's about accepting your pain, and once you've accepted it, you can then learn to move on.
Okay, can you explain that a little bit more for me?
It's not about giving up, it's about taking control.
Okay.
It's like opening a door of opportunities. Once you open the door, it'll allow lots of new opportunities to come through.
That's really interesting. I hadn't thought of it like that before.
The second tool is about finding out about support groups in the community, and your pain team and your GP can help you out with that.
Oh, so will they help with self-management skills then?
Of course they will. They helped us, so just ask.
Third tool, Anne, it's all about pacing.
Pacing? What do you mean about pacing?
Well, it's about pacing your work and everyday activities.
How can I do that?
Well, for instance, if you've got a basket of ironing to do, why not do half, then have a break, and then do the other half? And like with the hoovering as well, why don't you do one room at a time and spread it out?
I see your point. That's quite true, because whenever I do it all in one go, my pain does get worse.
Well, exactly. So now you know why you need to pace yourself and plan your activities to stop your pain from becoming worse.
I'm learning so much from you two today. Is there anything else I should know?
Yes. Tool number 4 is how to plan your day and get your priorities right.
Yeah, because it is difficult when you've got a family and everything needs to be done at the same time. They all want your attention.
Why don't you just sit them down and explain that you can't do everything in one day and you have to break your tasks up into manageable chunks. They need to understand that they also have a role to play in helping you with managing your pain by doing some household chores like washing up after the dinner and even making their own beds. This will then allow you some more rest time, which in the long run helps you manage your pain, and you'll be much happier. And so will they, because they'll see their mum in a better frame of mind. You might then be able to go out for a gentle walk or even go to the park with the kids, which in turn will really help your fitness and your mobility.
And it sounds realistic too.
Family, they'll understand about how important pacing is for you and they'll want to help you out.
Wow, it's definitely worth a try for sure. This is also very interesting. I'm learning something new, but how can I make some real progress with it?
Well, it's important to set yourself simple and realistic goals and aim to achieve these goals.
But it still sounds quite complicated to me.
It is possible, Anne, to set yourself a simple daily plan, and if you're not sure, ask your pain team about it.
Well, I'm getting ready to make these simple changes in my life now.
It is important to have patience with this though, as it can take weeks, maybe even months, for any improvements on your health.
So it's not something that will happen straight away. Oh, thinking about all these changes just makes me feel stressed.
Well, don't you try relaxation, Anne? It helps to ease your mind and body. I do it and I really find it helps me.
Really? Is that possible to do?
Of course it's possible. You can develop relaxation skills by listening to music, reading a book, or even meditating.
Yeah, that sounds really nice and quite achievable too.
And you do any exercise?
No, since I've had the children, there just doesn't seem any time for doing that, or even any relaxation time.
Well, it is true. People feel that exercise will make their pain worse, but in reality, you need to exercise. Stretching usually decreases your pain and makes you fit. People who do not carry out exercise tend to put on weight, which in itself can make your pain worse.
Oh, that's nice to know, but how much exercise should I do?
Start slowly and then gradually build it up.
But how do I find the time for doing it?
And you must find the time, as exercise can help you to maintain good health, keep your weight under control, keep your blood sugar levels under control, and if you are a diabetic, allows you to sleep better and helps you to get over depression, and importantly, cuts down your painkillers. And must also mention something else.
What's that?
Just as a diabetic has to take tablets and have a good diet and exercise to maintain their blood sugars, someone like you who suffers with chronic pain must keep practicing self-management daily and must keep a diary of what you do. And do you know what a setback is and how to plan for it?
Setback? No. Can you explain it?
Setbacks occur when you do too much at a time, like what we talked about earlier with the cooking and the vacuuming, rather than pacing yourself.
Oh, yes. I understand what you're saying. It's like, especially at Christmas time, you know, when you've got all the family around and you're doing everything for everyone. I see what you're saying now.
Well, don't get annoyed with yourself though. It's common to have occasional setbacks.
Claire and Kirsty, it's been worth seeing you two today. I've learned such a lot about self-management.
Well, remember what we talked about, Anne?
Well, what about researching this on the internet? Would that be any use?
You know me, Anne, I'm always searching on the internet, but you do have to be careful what advice you take.
Well, it's been lovely seeing you both today. You've really made me think about it.
Well, it was good to see you too, and I hope next time we see you, Anne, you're feeling much better in yourself.